Hey guys, this is MJK from WebStylePress.com. If this is your first time here, I share useful stuff for devs at this channel. Join this channel by hitting subscribe button and bell icon. In a scenario like when you have to toggle adjacent row in a table, what would you do? Like the action for toggle is in a row and then you want to click it to toggle its adjacent row, and both rows are being rendered in a loop also. Let's try this. So first of all, we will need some kind of data to use in a loop. So we will need state and effect. Let's use hooks as always. Use state, use effect, use state and use effect, right? And then let's define our state here. Const data and then data and set data is equal to use state, and use state, this will be array, so let's use this. And so this is our state, and let's use effect, and always use this empty thing with the use effect, guys, to avoid infinite loop. Okay, so let's define our function here, and here we will use that function. Let's use async function, and const result await. We have used async keyword before the function, so let's use await fetch, and here will be our API, and let's get the API. We need this will be all right. Copy link. This is from the JSON placeholder, guys. It's a fake API, REST API. So we are calling the users, and then let's use const get results, again await result dot JSON, and then set data. Pretty much straightforward, guys, right? So we defined a function in use effect, and then we use this function here, and we made a call to an endpoint and fetched data from that URL, and then we stored that data in this state called data. So now we want to get this data here. First, let's see that are we getting the data or not. Console.log, and paste this in here, and let's see, let's inspect, and in our console we have got this data, and it has got name, ID, name, username, email address, company, and all right, we have got the data. Let's print this data here. So here render data. So this is our function, so let's use this function here. function render data. We will populate this data here and then it will be printed here, right? Let's use an HR in place of this in order to have a line break, and then let's return from this function because a function should return something. All right, so let's use a table t-body, and here is our t-body, and then let's call the data here data dot map. This one data from the state, right? Okay, data dot map. Let's call it user because this is user information. So let's call it user. So inside it, we will use a react dot fragment. Right. So inside it, we will render our tr. So here's our first tr. It will have a table data. Inside this table data, we will print let's print the name. Let's print the name user dot name. So user comes from here and name is this one. Okay, so in the second td, let's use a button. So we will use an on click event handler here, and let's use a function toggle shown, and inside the toggle shown we will pass the username, and let's give it a name toggle details. And all right, toggle shown is not defined. Toggle shown, so we will define the toggle shown right here. Const toggle shown. Let's use an arrow function, and right, each child in a list should have a unique key. So let's give it a unique key. User dot id. We have got the id here, right? Here is the id. Okay, so unique id. Okay, so we will click at this, and then another row that will be adjacent to it should be shown. Okay, so let's create that row. So inside that row we want to use a table data with call span. Call span is equal to 2, and we will print some other information here. User dot, let's print this thing, user dot company dot catchphrase. So this is our first row and this is our second row, and these are inside the loop. We want to hide this row, and then we want to click this toggle details to show this row, to toggle this row for each element here, right? So click will be here and this click will toggle this row. So I will use a class name to hide this row. I have got a class additional dash info here. If I will use it, then this is the result. Okay, so this is just the styling, so we will hide it. We need another state here. To toggle it, we need another state. So let's use another state. So this is the another piece of state, data or details shown, and set details shown. Use state, and inside it, let's use this one. Okay, so this will be, so now you want to use this. If this will have some, based on information available in this state, we will basically show this. So for that, let's enclose this row inside a check. So details shown dot includes user dot name and user dot name and this thing, and let's put this row inside this expression, this check. All right, so that row should be hidden now, because this data right now hasn't got this username that is part of this loop. When this data, this piece of state will have this user dot name, then this particular row in a loop will be shown. So now let's handle this toggle shown here. So toggle shown is receiving a parameter user dot name, same user dot name. So let's add or remove this username based on this click inside this array, and when this array will have this username, then this row will be shown. And because this username is a part of loop, for each row this username is different. See, this is name, Lenny Graham, and Patricia Lebsack, and then Mrs. Dennis. This is unique, so let's use it. So this toggle shown is receiving a parameter, and that is username, let's say, and because this is single parameter, so we don't need this one. And now we will get the elements in the array as a new array object, and for that we will use slice method. Slice method to return selected elements as new array object. So our slice method will be const shown state, and this will be object as well, shown states. So shown state will be this one, details shown, and dot slice, right? And now we will search from this array. We will search something. We will use index of. So index of to search array for specified item. So we have to search from this one now. So const index is equal to this one, shown state dot index of, and we will search this user from it, right? And then if item found remove item. So we are at the click of this button, we will get the value of this username that is part of this URL from here, this table row from here, and we will search that inside this one, and if it is there we will remove it. If it is not there, we will add it. Okay, so here will be the if else. If index greater than or equal to 0, then we will do something, or in else case we will do something. So if found, we will remove it from here, and if there will be no username found in that, then we will push it. So first let's push it. So this one, our new object, shown state dot push this username or name that we are getting from here. So now we will set this new object, shown state. So if the name was not here in this array, we populated in here, and then we pushed it, and we pushed the new name that we are getting from here inside it, and then we pushed this new array object in this state here. So now at this point it is inside this array, and if it will be inside this array, then this check will be true, and this row will be shown for this segment in the loop, otherwise not. So let's write this condition. So let's use splice now. So splice methods adds or removes item to or from an array and returns the removed item. And splice takes a second parameter or argument in which one means remove one item, right? So if the array has got that item, then we will remove it from this location, from this array. So shown state dot splice index remove one item if it is found. Okay, remove one item if found, and after that we will update the state, this one. With this array that was here that we just updated. Okay, save. And let's see. Yep, it is working. So this is how you can toggle adjacent row. Let's see what's going on here. First of all, let me comment this console log, and then we expand this window, and let's go to components. Let's see this state. Okay, so here is our app, and this is our state initially that we use to populate the data from the API. Then this was our state, and here, as you can see, the data, the username, the name is being added here. So if it will be here, the condition turns to true, and then this row shows up. If the user is not in the array in our state, we are adding it here, and if it is here, we are removing it from here. So this is our state that we use to populate the data from this API, and we used async await, and then we populated that data here, and this is a function that we defined here, and then we used table and we used map to use this data here, and we used two rows. One is hidden because we have got this check here that turns to true when this name is in that second piece of state. So we are using splice and index of, and then slice and splice methods. If our array, first we are getting the array, then we are checking if the array has got this name on click, then we are removing it, and if not, then we are pushing that inside the array, and when it's inside the array, then we check that if details shown dot includes that name, then show this. Simple. So that's it guys, I hope you liked this video. If I missed anything or you have something to add, you can comment down below, ask questions related to this topic. If you haven't already subscribe to this channel and hit bell icon to receive updates. Join us on social media, links are in the description below. Stay tuned for more updates. I will see you in the next video.